Hi everyone, my name is Ting Ting and my metric number is 277127. In this video, Group 7 is going to present our statistics group project with dataset for heart disease. According to the report of World Health Organization, Malaysians had achieved 30,598, equal to 22.13% death in coronary heart disease in 2017. There are many factors that can lead a person to have heart disease, such as obesity, high cholesterol, and family history. In this research, Group 7 members are going to conduct the heart disease in among 150 respondents. The objective of this research is to investigate how the factors induce the occurrence of heart disease of respondents, to investigate the background of heart disease patient, and to investigate the relationship between heart disease and other health issues. In this survey, Group 7 members was doing descriptive research about the heart disease. Descriptive research is the way to show the sample data in charts, tables, and graph form. Besides that, there are two types of data, primary data and secondary data. Primary data is the data collected through the researcher. Secondary data can get through the published materials of government, newspapers, and others individual materials. In this research, Group 7 members was using the secondary data which provided by our lecturer through Microsoft Excel. The data was used to analyze the heart disease among 150 respondents. The respondents are between 30 to 70 years old and come with different family background. As mentioned before, the mean score of the data was used to measure the mean, mode, median, and standard deviations of heart disease. There are two types of scales of measurement for qualitative data, which are nominal and ordinal. However, the scale of measurements for quantitative data is interval and ratio. The table behind shows the scales of measurements of the heart disease data. All of the data was presented in Microsoft Excel, and the data will be converted into the report in Microsoft Word. The result of the data was shown in table, charts, and graph form, so it's easy to understand by readers.
Chapter 3 Analysis and Result. First one is 3.1 Distribution of different age group. According to the bar chart beside, we can observe that the age group from 53 to 16 years old has the highest frequency among the others. This shows that most of the respondents are from this group of age. The smallest age of the respondent is 29 years old, whereas the highest age of the respondent in this group is 76 years old. Next, 3.2 Distribution of gender. After the process of data analysis, we found out that most of the respondents who involved in the data collection are male respondents. There are 72% male respondents and 28% female respondents. In numbers, we have 108 male respondents and 42 female respondents. The next one is 3.3 Chest pain type of respondent. Based on this pie chart, we can see that the number of respondents who suffer from chest pain type 4 is the highest, which means 66, whereas we have the lowest number, which means 11, of respondents who suffer from chest pain type 1. Not only that, but there are also 23 respondents who have the chest pain type 2 and 15 respondents experience chest pain type 3. 3.4 is about measurement of resting blood pressure on admission to the hospital. From the table and figure beside, we can find that the male category has a lower mean in resting blood pressure than female category. The mean score for male is 129.75, while the mean score for the female is 136. Female has the highest resting blood pressure than male. In the other hand, the standard deviation of female is greater than male. This explains that there is a greater variation in the female category for the resting blood pressure than male category. Next one, 3.5 Measurement of serum cholesterol in between male and female. From the table and figure beside, we can observe that male respondents have a lower mean score to female respondents of the serum cholesterol. Since majority of the respondents fall in the age group from 53 years old to 16 years old, this justifies that the mean of female serum cholesterol is higher than male. Also, the standard deviation of female serum cholesterol is higher than male. This shows that the variation among female is higher than male.
3.6 Fasting blood sugar. In general, fasting blood sugar more than 220 mg/dl is considered as prediabetes. 84% of the respondents have false fasting blood sugar result. That show 126 respondents out of 150 respondents. Only 60% of the respondents have a true blood fasting sugar result. We would notice that only 26 respondents have to do so. Despite having a heart disease, these 26 respondents are also diagnosed with prediabetes since their fasting blood sugar result more than 20 mg/dl. 3.7. Resting electrocardiographic result. In general, resting electrocardiographic, also known as resting ECG, is a medical test that detects cardiac abnormalities by measuring the electrical activities. Out of 150 respondents, 66 of them having a normal resting electrocardiographic result. As the result came out, none of the respondents scored 1, which showing the respondent might have a ST wave abnormalities. 84 respondent resulting score 2 in the resting electrocardiography that indicates those respondents might be facing problems such as aortic stenosis or high blood pressure. LVH is a condition where the left heart pumping chamber that has thickened and may not pump efficiently. 3.8. Maximum heart rate achieved based on gender. The mean score for female is 152.476, while the mean score for female is 151.962. This shows that both female and male can at least reach maximum heart rate at 115 beats per minute. The standard deviation for both gender has a slight difference, where the standard deviation for male is a bit higher than the female standard deviation. Male has a standard deviation of 21.937, while the female is 18.290. Hence, there's no big gap between the maximum heart rate achieved by both gender. 3.9. Exercise-induced angina. Angina can be defined as a chest pain or discomfort caused when your heart muscle does not get enough oxygen to reach blood. According to the American Heart Association, it may feel like a pressure or squeezing in your chest. The discomfort also can occur in your shoulder, arm, neck, and jaw or back. Majority of the respondents do not have angina due to exercise, where 68%, which is a total of 102 respondents, voted no. 32% or 48 respondents have voted yes, where they agree that exercise have caused them angina. 3.10. ST depression induced by exercise-related duress. Men have the highest mean score compared to female. However, there is no significant difference between the male mean score and the female mean score. The male respondent have a mean score of 1.77778, while the female respondent is 1.1690476. Both gender have almost the same value, where the female standard deviation is 1.34, while the female have a standard deviation of 1.13. Thus, either male or female, the result of ST depression induced exercise relative to rest both of gender will came out almost the same.
Now, let's move to the next analysis, which is to compute the slope of the peak exercise ST segment based on the gender. From the bar graph, we can know that the mode is 71% equal to 47.22% in the track of outsloping. The lowest is downsloping, which is equal to 14%. It is affected by myocardial ischemia, which is the blood flow to your heart is reduced, preventing your heart muscle from receiving the oxygen. To sum up that, the slope of the peak exercise ST segment will show flat or downsloping when over-exercise. We would like to analyze the number of major versus color by fluoroscopy based on the gender. From the data received, we could know that the mode of class is non-major versus, recorded as 27 females and 67 males. And the second highest is one major versus, which is 33%, followed by two major versus, which is 14%, and the last will be three major versus, which is 9%. The greater number, the higher risk. To conclude that the majority are not detected heart disease because there are 37.33% respondents major versus color by fluoroscopy. Next, analyzing the thalassemia. There are 18% from class mode, which is normal status, and the lowest from fixed defect is 7%. The differences is 73%. For majority based on the gender, female from normal status have 33%, and male from reversible defect have 54%. To conclude that the male have the greater opportunity to detect by thalassemia. The last analysis will be to compute the number of diagnoses of heart disease status. For the diagnosis of heart disease status smaller than 50% diameter narrowing, there are 100 persons, and for greater 50% diameter narrowing got 50 persons.
In conclusion, age group 53 under 60 is the most facing with heart disease, especially for men. Besides heart disease, they also face with chest pain, and together with other symptoms such as high blood pressure and cholesterol. The margin was also affected and some of the respondents also suffer from thalassemia. Health is wealth. We should take care of our health with healthy lifestyle in daily life to prevent getting heart disease and other health issues. Thank you.